Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing a pretty simple project. It's not going to take long, one video, and it's pretty simple to do. What I got behind me here is a utility trailer. This is just a standard, I don't even know, I think it's a Snow Bear or something, utility trailer, standard trailer. You would buy it your local Home Depot or Canadian Tire or I don't know, Harbor Freight maybe. Just a pretty standard cheap utility trailer, nothing too extraordinary or anything like that. Now these trailers are great trailers. You can get good deals on them. Got this one for $250. This one's got adjustable axles forward and back and everything like that. So it's got a built-in ramp, and so you can get some pretty good deals on these trailers. Now my problem is because my truck is lifted so high. Pulling these trailers, they sit really low to the ground. So for a standard pickup, it's okay. But for my truck, even with I got a huge 12-inch drop hitch, and the trailer still rides severely nose high. So what I'm going to be doing is flipping the axle on this trailer. So right now the axle sits on top of the leaf spring. So it sits like on top of it, inside of it. We're going to flip it so that it sits underneath of the leaf spring. And that'll give us about 3 inches more of height out of it. So, and it's also good for, I do a lot of, loading my quad and stuff into it. And so it'll be good for, taking it into the bush and prevent it from getting stuck easier and stuff like that. So, like I said, it'll be pretty simple and shouldn't take very long. Okay, so first thing you want to do is jack up the front and the back of the trailer so that the tires are about 4 inches off the ground. Then you want to go ahead and take the tires off. You got to do this on both sides. So take both tires off. I'm using an impact gun just to make it go faster. Okay, once the tires are off, you're going to want to go ahead and take the U-bolts off. So to do this, just take all 4 bolts off. There's 4 of them. And 2 U-bolts, and the U-bolt plate should come right off. I'm using a air ratchet. You can just use a regular hand ratchet. They're not very tight on there, so they come off pretty easily. Once you get them loose and the plate off, the axle should just come right off. Shouldn't be attached any other way. And again, you got to do this to both sides. Okay, once you got the axle free, you're going to want to take some wrenches and remove the bolt that holds the back end of the leaf spring in. So this is at the back end of the trailer, closest to the back, and you just take this one bolt out, and the leaf spring should drop down, and you should be able to get the axle out. Again, you got to do this on both sides. On this trailer, it's a 21 and a 22 millimeter bolt and a 21 millimeter nut head. Okay, once you get the axle out of the leaf spring, you can go ahead and bolt the leaf spring back up, and then you're going to take the axle and start bolting it up underneath of the leaf spring. It's very basic to do, very simple, very straightforward. You'll see what has to happen as you do it. But yeah, it's easier if you do one side, or block one side up, do the other side, and then come back and do the other side. That's kind of what I did. I was doing it by myself, and that was what was easiest. So it's pretty much just you're reversing how you took it off, putting the U-bolts in upside down this time, because the axle is underneath the leaf spring instead of over top. Once you get the U-bolts in place and the nuts started, you can go ahead and tighten them up. Now, I couldn't use the air ratchet just because of space limitation. I couldn't get it in there, so I just used a hand ratchet, and it worked really well. Again, they're really easy to tighten up, and just make sure you do tighten them up pretty well, because you don't want the axle moving around on you at all. And last but not least, you just got to put the tires back on. Very straightforward. I don't really have to explain anything, and just make sure you torque down the lug nuts to, I guess, manufacturer specifications, or in my case, I just tightened them down with the impact and called it good. And what I'm going to do is, in about probably maybe 50 kilometers or so, I'm going to pull the tires back off, tighten down the U-bolts again, and then tighten down the tires again, and just to make sure everything is still tight and nothing's coming loose. Well, that's about it. We're finished flipping the axle. It's very straightforward, very simple to do. I gotta say, do this at your own risk. Not all of these axles are actually meant to do this. They're designed from the factory to be on top of the leaf spring. Just make sure your leaf spring has got a little bolt sticking through it. They're usually the bolt that holds the leaves together. Make sure it's got one of those so that the U-bolt plate and the actual axle, the flat spot on the axle, both sit into something so that the axle cannot move around on you. You don't want that when you're driving down the road, the axle moving around. Just double check after you use this for a little bit, tightened up the U-bolts again, make sure they haven't come loose or anything like that. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. We gained about 2 to 3 inches of clearance out of it, which should make it ride not so high on my truck now, or not so nose high on my truck, and give us a bit more ground clearance too. So that's good. I apologize for not uploading videos in the past week or two. I've just been extremely busy around here doing stuff. I got a bunch of videos coming out though. I got a new project that we're going to be starting. I got this Yamaha R6 motorcycle behind me, so we're going to be working on that, and a few more things on the truck that we're going to be doing. So there's a bunch of stuff coming out, a bunch of stuff happening, so stay tuned. Give this video a thumbs up, a like if it helped you out and you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.